Okay, cool.
Well, it's been a long journey, but if you can tell everyone a little bit about who you are, what you do, and what you're using the funding for, that would be great.
Yeah, my name is Nader. I wholesale real estate primarily. I also, whenever I can, I pick up properties, really as many as I can get my hands on, depending how much cash I have liquid at the time. And yeah, I find really great real estate deals. I connect them with capital, and investors will usually come in, buy those deals from me. I'll generate a spread in the middle. Now, sometimes there are properties where maybe there's too much debt on the property, where I get the seller is open to financing the purchase price over time, but they want $20,000 down, or I need to catch that debt up to make it in good standing. So I need to find $20,000, $30,000, and maybe I don't have that in one bank account. My good friend Marcus over here has helped me out with some amazing credit cards, basically massive lines of credit that can help me pick up more properties. I mean, day by day, it can really help me scale and accumulate a portfolio, right? At a relatively young age, just because it's based on EIN versus personal.
Cool. And I guess a follow-up question to that is, I know you did a deal during the middle of the funding round. Can you just, without going into too much, because we don't want to obviously expose your location or whatnot, but just tell people about what is possible with what you do, because obviously the power of creative financing subject to and wholesale, and doing it at such a young age, you have some perspective that obviously most people would love to hear about.
Yeah, so I have some properties that I can pick up, today, right? Like I just talked to one actually. This guy owes $20,000 on a brand new house. He's behind $20,000, and I have a credit card that has $30,000 on it. So I can afford right now to use that credit card, pay him $5,000, catch up that loan for $20,000, and I can generate $3,000 a month on Airbnb easily, right? And I make all that money back super duper quick. In the first year, it usually comes back to me. And after 1 year, right, at 22 years old, I can own a house for basically no entry fee, because that credit card has no interest. So it makes it very, very, I can deploy capital on a whim, I find the right deal, I just press the button, and yeah, we got another one for the bank.
Jeez. Buying properties with credit cards.
With credit cards via
Yes.
creative finance. It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, no, it really is. Like when I talk to individuals that are trying to do real estate, the first thing I tell them is like, we have this dude and he does this thing. And I don't know if you ever heard of it, but you should definitely look into it.
Yeah. I mean, I have an Airbnb right now, right? It's I got it for a really good deal, right? I got zero down on the actual seller finance terms, but the closing costs cost like $8,000. Something crazy. So what I did was I used a credit card to float the 8,000. It actually covered my first two mortgage payments and also helped me furnish the Airbnb out. So now I'm like, $12,000, $13,000 in. And if I'm generating significant income on Airbnb, right, all I have to make is 13,000 profit in 1 year on that property. So basically, I've bought it for free. It's super, super good, right? So stuff like that can happen all the time, whether it's via owner finance, subject to, I could even use it for the down payment on a hard money loan. And from there, I could refinance it into a regular loan down the road. Maybe I spend 20,000 on the credit card for the down payment, and I pull out $40,000 on the refinance, tax free, pay off the credit card, pocket 20,000, and keep a house renting ad infinitum. It's very good for the cyclical real estate investing processes where you can just continue to scale and grow.
And I guess as a final little touch, if someone wants to kind of get started in what you do, and obviously there's many components, we can talk about it all we want, but there's the systems aspects and the marketing and all the VAs and all the things that are necessary. But if you were kind of speaking to yourself when you started, what sort of resources or tools or books or mentors would you kind of go to kind of start this journey?
I would probably look to find somebody in my area or somebody that works in my marketplace that's already doing deals. I would just go talk to them, see, hey, how can I provide value to you and help you do more deals? Because every single check that comes in this line of work is, between 10 to like $100,000 per deal. And if you get one of those deals in the door, right, you knock enough doors, you bring a lead in, that deal closes. It's a really significant amount of money to even for a finder's fee, right? Like I tell people that don't have a property to sell me, if they bring me a property, the finder's fee is $1,000 to $5,000. So I would say that's the most basic, action item that would just get your feet wet in the game. Books, Millionaire Real Estate Investor sold me on investing in real estate in general. The One Thing by Gary Keller, also an awesome book. Never Split the Difference is great for negotiating. There's a number of recommendations I can make here, but it really depends on where you're at and what you're trying to accomplish, what kind of advice you need, right? So you can always reach out to myself or just even people you find on YouTube to find different education materials as well as just answers to some of the problems you might be facing and looking at breaking into the game.